Hi, my name is Patrick. CAT over little more than a month for that. So, what should be the preparation strategy? And there are commonalities with CAT and ZAT, and there are differences. I'm mainly speaking in terms of people prepared for CAT and now looking at ZAT, what they should do, how they should prepare, modify it based on your comfort level. But let's just give. I have more videos for ZAT in terms of how the paper is, strategy of writing the paper, etc. But let's start with this. So if you like the video, like it, I mean, share it with your friends and subscribe. We'll come up with more videos. You can also ask for what videos you want on a chat box and on a comment box, and we will come across with the same. We do have courses, various exam right from ZAT, CET, SNAP, and group discussion interview. Anyway, coming for the paper pattern as such. You have two papers. One is paper one is what is important because the calls are based on paper one. Paper two comes into picture only once and you go for the interview stage, which means don't focus too much on paper two. I'll come tell you what you need to do with paper two, but focus your preparation on paper one because that becomes the most important part of your calls, your percentiles, everything is based on paper one. So when you're preparing, focus more on paper one than on paper two. Paper 2 should be a part and parcel of preparation. Don't focus too much on it. As I said, calls are not based on what is happening in paper 2. So let's look at how to prepare for paper 1. Okay, this ZAT 23, ZAT 24 will also remain the same. The paper pattern remains almost the same, 23 and 24. So we start with a mock. I mean, my suggestion is write a mock. I mean, I've given a link for a free mock. You can go to a website and check the free mock and write a mock, but start with a mock. So you at least have a fair idea of the paper and you can come to know which part of the paper you're comfortable with, which part you're not. Remember that sectional cutoff, so all three areas should be comfortable with. You need to be focus more on your weak areas so that you can clear the sectional cutoffs. At least if you're focusing on XLRI. Right. Once you write a mock, then I'll come to different sections and then I'll come with a preparation strategy. So what all is there? So for decision making, I think you should go to your past year DM questions. There are DM separate questions available in the mock and other places, but they're not reliable too much. Because what happens is the answers, explain the answer that XLRI comes out with, or the answers that XLRI comes out with, a lot of classes gets it wrong. So most of the classes DM questions are a little hazy or a little erratic in a sense that you cannot rely on it. My suggestion is go back to the previous DM questions which are available. Few of them don't have explanatory answers or don't have answers. Look at those which have answers, official answers from XLRI. Then you try to answer the question and see how you link with the actual thought process of XLRI. The thought process is important. Look at their perspective while answering the question. And if you understand their perspective, you'll be able to answer the question better. So their perspective becomes important. Remember, decision making in ZAT are basically ethics based, business based, and quantitative calculations. Of late, quantitative calculations are not been much. The focus has been more ethics and business based. You can practice. We'll come up with videos on decision making as well, and that will help you with regards to your preparation. We have videos also for DM. You can take that, else you can go. For I mean, if you actually don't do anything for ZAT, only do what is there for CAT is sufficient. Though there are one-off questions sometimes come from weird topics. Let me go very different topics, which is algebra. But now since algebra has been this year has been tough for CAT, so I think it is more or less similar. There's no major difference. All the topics are similar. So if you've done well for CAT, you can do the same thing. Focus is arithmetic again for ZAT as of now, and you have topics, questions, other topics like algebra, geometry, etc. which is there. There is a little difference that there is a data sufficiency part which is there in the ZAT paper, okay, which is not. Couple of questions, 2 questions on data sufficiency were there. So that is one part which is a little different. And DI, there are some little tough DI sets which are there, more calculation intensive. So if you're good at calculation, you can attempt a DI set. Look at a past year DI question and solve. So at least for DI and DS, for DS you can maybe use the GMAT material if you want practice, right? So here you can use the GMAT material. For DI, just look at the past year question papers and maybe solve from the net. Right? Else, for all the other con questions, you can pick up the CAT material and prepare for the same. For VAL, it's called VALR, but it's actually completely VA. If you look at the 26 questions which were there, from that major was critical reasoning 7 questions and RC 14 questions. The 21 out of 26 are based on these two. Even RC there is one poem was there, 2 questions per poem which is there. So that is RC. So which is there? Poem and RC 14 questions and critical reasoning 7 questions. Total 21 questions. Right? Apart from this, I mean, you have other areas as well like para completion, grammar, filling in blanks, paragraphs, but not important. As I said, this it's still about 21 questions, remaining are 5 questions. if you have been reading regularly for CAT and if you have been reading regularly for that, I think that will take care of the other type of questions. You actually don't need to do some extra preparation for grammar because the weightage is small, 5 questions, which your reading will take care of itself. Fill in the blanks grammar improves when you read a lot. So how to prepare for it? I mean, my sessions focus on reading and critical listening when you're preparing. Okay, these are the areas which you need to prepare. Critical listening is one area you need to prepare, and reading is one area. Focus your more time on that. Solve verbal exercises. No harm. I mean, relevant questions, solve verbal exercises, see where you're doing mistakes. Critical listening, you can look at the GMAT material. GMAT is known for critical listening. You can pick up the GMAT material and prepare for critical listening part. GK and essay, as I said, not very important. But when you're preparing for verbal for that, read newspapers. I mean, focus more on political and business for last 1 year. That should help you for anyway to prepare you for GK and essay. So last 1 year, anyway, there is no negative mark for GK to anyway attempt everything. And when you read newspapers, you will get a content that is required for essay writing. So read a lot. Also, just look at the standard essays. Remember a couple of standard essays. Don't spend too much time, but look at a couple of standard essays and maybe write a couple of essays based on past year topics. The topics of that will get complicated for essay writing. So write a few. Know the structure, how you start, how you put the middle, how to end, etc. How you put the content. Just know the structure. That should suffice. Okay. But as such, my sessions focus on reading. Reading will help you for interview part also. So newspaper reading, what is happening around you, etc. Will definitely help you not only for verbal. GK, it will also help you for your interviews later on, right? Now, if you're looking at a proper schedule for preparation, okay, as I said, start with a mock. I've given a link for a free mock. So start with a mock. Once you're finished with the mock, I mean, writing a mock, because mock will give you understanding of the whole paper pattern, etc. Once you finish, then maybe approximately 5-6 hours a day for that should suffice, okay? I would say DM 2 hours, most of the time in DM, because DM is a complete new section and you can look at a past that papers for DM. Cont 1 hour, you can use a CAT material. Critical listening half an hour, you can use a GMAT material. Read newspapers. I'm not saying, I'm saying newspapers because newspapers will help you for GK as well as for your interview preparation. Verbal exercises you can do half an hour. Calculation you can do 10 minutes. Calculation because now here XAT doesn't have a calci. Calculation, so write a mock every week, once a week. So by the time you go write the XAT exam, you already written 5 mocks, sufficient as such. I mean, technically, you don't have to do a lot of preparation because most of your preparation, like Cont, etc., is already done for CAT. So if you're well prepared or done preparation CAT, your XAT should be taken care of. Here, a little bit here and there. For DM, you will have to focus on and prepare accordingly. I given you a rough estimate with regards to preparation. You can modify based on the time available to you. Right? All the best. We'll come up with more videos that will help you. Do subscribe to our channel.